It's pronounced Boise, not Boise. There's no Z, dog. I'm from Idaho, the 208, which if you calculate makes us the best dang state in the USA. We don't say y'all cause we speak real well, and we articulate to educate and lubricate each vowel. Skis heads on our face to trace the outline of the goggles when we see the face.
Hi, we are Whitney, Lexi, Savannah, and Jamie, and we are doing our presentation on the Paleozoic and Mesozoic marine sediments in the beautiful state of Idaho. Enjoy.
Got big juts and we got...
The Paleozoic and Mesozoic eras take place during the Phanerozoic eon. The Paleozoic era contains the periods from Cambrian to Permian, while the Mesozoic era begins right after with the dinosaurs during the Triassic period and ends with the Cretaceous.
Orderly Lewiston, city of trees, living with nature in close harmony. Beautiful Idaho, wild and free. Mountain tops, valleys, deep prairies and glens, summertime camping with family and friends, whitewater rafting and
These sediments are found all over Idaho except for the Snake River Plain. The Snake River Plain is a geological feature located primarily within the state of Idaho in the United States. It stretches about 400 miles westward from northwest of the state of Wyoming to the Idaho-Oregon border. The plain is a wide, flat, bow-shaped depression and covers about a quarter of Idaho.
living with nature in close harmony. Beautiful Idaho.
There are two primary rocks found in the Paleozoic, Mesozoic marine sediments in Idaho. These two rock types are limestone and sandstone. A thick sequence of limestone of early Paleozoic age, dating to 530 to 300 million years ago, lies above the Brigham Group and is present in most of the mountains of eastern Idaho. These rocks were deposited on broad carbonate platforms in warm seas off of the western edge of the Paleo-North American continent. In many places, the Paleozoic limestones contain invertebrate fossils, including trilobites, bryozoans, brachiopods, corals, and mollusks, which allow determination of their age and the precise conditions under which they were deposited. Surface streams are rare in the limestone country. The limestone cliffs are highly porous, and most of the water sinks into the subsurface. Large streams form where the subsurface water, also known as groundwater, intersects the land's surface. Such springs supply important parts of the municipal park supplies of southeast Idaho. They are easily contaminated, and their purity must be guarded carefully. Thin units of fine-grained sandstones, or quartzite, are present within this stack of Paleozoic limestones in the Swan Peak quartzite of Ordovician age and the Wells Formation of Pennsylvanian age. These sandstones represent times when wedges of quartz sand, eroded from distant mountain ranges, prograded over the carbonate platforms. Also present in some limestone units are gray and black chert beds and nodules, which weather to distinctive pebbles of hard flint. This chert formed from dissolved skeletons of silica-secreting invertebrates, which also existed in the warm, shallow seas. Some of the limestone has been altered to the crystalline carbonate rock dolomite. In this process, original fossils are generally destroyed, and the result is a light or dark gray rock that preserves bedding structures but little of the fine detail found in limestone.
and streams, modeling the western city of trees, living with
There are a few places in Idaho and western Wyoming where these sediments are visible. The Teton Range is an upthrown, tilted fault block that contains more than 5,000 feet of Paleozoic sedimentary strata, including significant deposits of karst forming limestones and dolomites. Jackson Hole is a structural basin as much as 3.1 miles deep, formed by a tilted downthrown fault block hinged to the east. Rocks ranging in age from Precambrian to Quaternary crop out in and near Grand Teton National Park. The Teton Range consists of a core of igneous and metamorphic Precambrian rocks overlain in most of the range by westward dipping sedimentary Paleozoic rocks. The sedimentary rocks exposed in the northern portion of the Teton Mountains range in age from Middle Cambrian to early Tertiary. The Paleozoic and Mesozoic part of this section thicken southwestward from 8,000 to 10,000 feet to more than 40,000 feet in the area around the southeast corner of Idaho. The deposition of the thick Paleozoic and Mesozoic sediments was followed by the Laramide deformation, in which structural axes were developed lying in a northwest-southeast direction. This folding was followed by extensive erosion, and on the resulting low relief surface, the earlier tertiary volcanics were laid down. However, the details of the relationships of the depositional history following the erosion are confused.
Whitewater rafting and trails to admire.
In eastern Idaho, on the border of Utah, the Bear River and Bear Lake drains a wide variety of rock types and ages. The tertiary sediments overlie complexly faulted and folded Paleozoic and Mesozoic sedimentary rocks, mainly exposed on the east and north sides of the river upstream of Bear Lake. The lower Paleozoic sequence is dominated by limestone and dolomite, and the upper Paleozoic rocks include marine sandstone and phosphate-bearing rocks. In contrast, the Mesozoic rocks in the drainage basin mainly consist of continental sandstones and shales. The local basin of Bear Lake drains as a much more restricted suite of rock types and ages. Although upper Paleozoic and Mesozoic rocks crop out along the east side of the lake, there is little surface runoff from the small creeks that drain the flank of the Bear Lake Plateau. The majority of streams entering the basin drain extensive areas of the lower Paleozoic limestone, dolomite, and quartzite west of the lake. Bear Valley also contains locally thick deposits of upper tertiary sediment deposited during the early phases of extensional faulting, suggesting persistence of the valley as a fault-controlled basin probably since the Miocene.
This area has three major natural resources available: oil and gas, hot springs, and geothermal wells.
Sadly, this concludes our presentation on Paleozoic and Mesozoic marine sediments in Idaho. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation. We certainly have enjoyed enlightening your minds today. Here are a list of our sources. Thank you. Goodbye.
City of trees, living with nature in close harmony. Beautiful Idaho, wild and free. Respecting the flag and the people.